Hey guys, it's Rob here and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to talk about the Game Awards, what I liked, what I didn't like, and just overall talking about why it actually kind of shocked me. If you guys end up enjoying this video, make sure you leave a like and of course subscribe for more gaming news, content, and all that great stuff. So the Game Awards have always been pretty interesting to me. Sometimes I enjoy them, sometimes I don't, but often I just don't enjoy it. Usually I just go to the Game Awards for the game reveals. I think a lot of us do that as well, or maybe it's just me. It wasn't always like that though. When the Game Awards first came about, I was interested in all the Game Awards for the different games. I mean, that's why you go to the Game Awards, because it's called the Game Awards. But I think just over time, they started adding more and more reveals, they got more games in there, and I became more interested in that part of the Game Awards, the game reveals. It was essentially another E3 for me, especially now that E3 is not even existing anymore. So this year, I came in with low expectations like any other year, especially in the past couple years. The Game Awards really just hasn't been that good. But no, this year was pretty good. They had some solid reveals for different games, so we're going to talk about those. Some of them are a bit more controversial than others, of course. A lot of people have different opinions on them. But let's get those out of the way. First of all, we're going to talk about Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. I'm sure you guys have been seeing this all over your Twitter feed when the Game Awards dropped this trailer. It's from Naughty Dogs. There's a whole bunch of different aspects of this, but the one aspect that keeps coming up is the character design of the main character. Now, there are multiple reasons why some people don't like this character design, or just the character themselves, or just the game itself. Some people don't like it because it's simply a female. They're calling it woke. Some people don't like it because of the character design. Some people don't like it because the person who's behind it. But if you were to ask me what my thoughts on this trailer is that I don't really have too many thoughts beyond the aesthetic of the actual trailer, because there's really no gameplay, right? So when you talk about the look of the trailer and the vibe that they're going for in the inspiration, animes like Akira and Cowboy Bebop, that is extremely cool. Like, the trailer looks really cool. I love sci-fi games. I'm a fan of Star Wars. Certain Star Wars, I should say. Like, the Skeleton Crew on Disney Plus is actually pretty good so far, but other ones like The Last Acolyte, that was pretty boring to me. So there is some good, in my opinion, in this trailer. But when it comes down to the character design, that's really the only thing I don't like about this, is the character design of the main character. I mean, more specifically, the fact that she just has no hair. I feel like that's just kind of uninspiring and boring. You know what I mean? I mean, you look at other characters that have that same archetype, the badass female protagonist, right? Characters from Arcane, characters from Cyberpunk. I mean, heck, even the actress that they use for the character in this game has had some pretty cool hairstyles that they could have used on this character model that made it 1,000 times better. Literally, the first photo I looked up just for the actress because I wanted to see who it was based on, this one right here, that would be 1,000 times better on this character. I just feel like it just makes no sense to me. As someone who likes to draw and does appreciate cool character design, I just don't like the character design, specifically the hair. And who knows, maybe this has to do something with the story. Maybe there's a reason why she has no hair. I don't know. But as far as the character design when it comes to just the head, it just kind of just looks pretty much generic to me. Like, it reminds me when you're making your own character in an RPG and you haven't set the hair yet. But yeah, everything else around it looks really cool. Actually, one thing that I do want to point out is that people point out that there was some advertisement. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even notice it until people started to point it out. But yeah, even when you go down to like the characters from Cowboy Bebop and Akira, there's a lot better character design there, especially when you start getting into things like Cowboy Bebop. So I don't know, I feel like they could have done a lot more with the character to make her more unique. It doesn't feel like a character that's gonna go down in history as a well-known character. I feel like it's a very forgettable character design. But again, everything surrounding the character, even the character's outfit, looks really cool. So we'll see. I'm gonna give the game a chance. I mean, I give every game a chance, so we'll see when it comes out. And the next one is very similar. A lot of people were talking about the Witcher series. We got Witcher 4 announced, and Ciri is gonna be the main protagonist of this game, and that's fantastic. Again, another thing where people don't like the character design, and honestly, I like the character design. I thought it looked pretty cool. The only thing that made me wonder was, like, is this later in the timeline, because she just looks older to me? And yeah, it's later in the timeline, so that makes sense why she looks older. In fact, when I first saw the trailer, I was actually impressed with the character models. Now, of course, I don't think this is going to be in-game. It's just a CG trailer, but it looked fantastic to me. Now, I haven't finished The Witcher 3 because it is a very, very big game, and I have a really bad habit of trying to 100% complete maps, especially when there's a lot of landmarks and icons on the map. As you can understand, for anyone who's even played the beginning area, that is a lot of hours. So I can't speak too much on the actual story, but what I've played I really enjoyed, and I eventually do plan on going back and playing through the whole game, especially before The Witcher 4. Of course, I'm gonna need more memory on my PS5 first, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I didn't really mind the character design of Ciri. In fact, I kind of liked it. I liked that she looked a bit older, and you can tell she went through a lot of things to get to where she was. Again, I've read that some of the DLC and parts of Witcher 3 do explain how she got to this point, and there's a lot of people online who just either don't know that or don't play the game or didn't bother doing a simple Google search. Again, I haven't even played that, and even I know that. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that game, and it looks cool. The trailer was really cool. I love the action in it. I loved the story beats. I love the fact that we got to see this story element of people seeing Ciri as a witcher and a monster, but her kind of fighting back towards them in some kind of way. That last line was pretty cool. It kind of puts out the idea that everywhere there are monsters and humans and actual monsters. So I don't know. It really hyped me for Witcher 4 personally. I'm always someone who doesn't really get too caught up in, like, you know, all the politics and stuff. To be honest, I don't care. I just want to enjoy games. Like, that's me. Like, I just don't care about, oh, this is woke, oh, someone has a political. I just want to enjoy games. That's all I want to do. Like, that's why I'm on YouTube. I just want to escape everything else and just focus on games. That's just me. I mean, even when it comes to politics, I just let everyone else fight among themselves, and I'm just over here in the corner just playing my games. So as someone who's very far removed from that side of the internet, on face value, I like the trailer. And moving on to the next game that I want to talk about, I want to talk about the Turok. I feel like no one is talking about this. We're getting a new Turok game. I don't know about you guys, but Turok was always a special game to me. I remember playing that back on the Nintendo 64, so the fact that we're getting a new Turok game is pretty cool. Now, they do have something pretty interesting in it, something about a biomorphic suit, and I feel like that's going to play into like different classes maybe. And now I'm starting to wonder if this is a live service game. I hope not. I hope it's just like a single player game or a multiplayer game or a co-op game or something. But yeah, the environments look really cool. The combat looks really cool. I'm pretty sure that last shot towards the end of the trailer was gameplay, and it looks fantastic and really cool. I honestly can't wait to get my hands on this. Now, according to the IGN article, they're going to be doing something really cool with the gameplay where I guess you got to hunt the enemies and you gain powers from the DNA from the enemies, like lightning, and they say more. So that is going to be very, very cool. I feel like there's going to be a lot of customizable combat in that situation, especially if there's different rarities and stuff and different powers. I don't go too far into the RPG mechanics on that side, like to the point where it's a detriment to the actual combat system and customization of your character. I feel like sometimes RPG games get too caught up in the numbers. Sometimes it can work, like Dragon Age Inquisition, when you get like 20% on the armor or damage versus armor, and it's like a single node that you unlock with the skill point, it makes a huge difference and really does transform your build in different ways, especially if you're using a certain element for this specific enemy. Like, certain enemies are weak against certain things. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out on this one. And the next one I want to talk about is Okami 2. So I've never played Okami 1. I've heard really great things about it, but I've just never played it, so I am going to try to play the first one. I don't know if there's like a remaster or a port, or am I gonna have to end up buying an older console? I don't know, I guess we'll see. But the main thing that I really want to focus on is not Okami 2 itself, but the implications of it. So Okami is made by Clover Studio, and Clover Studio is owned by Capcom. At least I think they're owned by Capcom. Either owned or they're just in partner with them. But the cool thing about this is that Capcom wants to bring back a lot of older IPs. They've said that in the recent news we covered in the video that should be coming out today at the time of this recording. And Clover Studio is also responsible for Beautiful Joe. So I'm hoping this means that they're going to be doing Beautiful Joe. I just wanted to mention that in this video because I'm really excited to see if they're going to be bringing back Beautiful Joe. But Okami 2, I've heard great things about Okami 1, so I'm going to eventually go back and play that and see if I enjoy it or not. Again, everyone has different taste. I don't know if I'll enjoy it or not, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I wanted to mention that in this video because it looks really cool. Like, as someone who likes to draw and animate and stuff, it looks fantastic. The art style is really cool. So I'm gonna go back and play the first one if I can. Who knows? Maybe we'll stream the first game in its entirety because I do have a break coming up when it comes to work, so I can focus more on YouTube on that. And the next game I want to talk about is the Borderlands 4 gameplay reveal. Now, there really wasn't too much gameplay in it, and I'm excited for Borderlands 4. Don't get me wrong, I love Borderlands. I've played Tiny Tina, Borderlands 2, 3. Like, I'm a big fan of Borderlands games and just looter shooters in general, but this trailer just didn't excite me at all. The only thing that really excited me was that last part where we got a little bit of gameplay. It looked like there's gonna be some cool gameplay involved with movement or something. It looks like you were able to launch yourself up in the air, but aside from that, I don't know, I just didn't really get excited for it. In fact, the Borderlands 3 trailer, I don't know if it was the first trailer reveal or not, but I remember they were just talking about different kind of guns, and they showed the guns with the little legs on them. That was pretty funny, so that got me really excited. It just feels like this first reveal was kind of just meh for me. It's like, yeah, it's another Borderlands game, you know? And even when it comes to the graphics, it kind of just looks like Borderlands 3 to me. Now, that could be because I haven't played Borderlands 3 in a while, so maybe there is a graphic upgrade. But I don't know, it just kind of left me feeling meh, you know? I'm still excited for it, but it didn't really move the meter of excitement for me, because I knew eventually we were going to get Borderlands 4. I mean, of course they're going to be doing that. That's their big money maker. So I'm hoping the next trailer is a full-on gameplay reveal, like the first Borderlands 3 trailer. Again, I think it was the first one. It's the one that just kept talking about different guns and loot and stuff. I feel like that excited me more for Borderlands 3 than Borderlands 4. So I hope we get a trailer like that, but for Borderlands 4. Now, we also did get a new trailer for The Outer Worlds 2, which looks really great. I cannot wait to play that. I enjoyed Outer Worlds 1, at least the stuff I played for. I never finished it. Again, that's another game that I need to go back. There's so many games I need to go back and play. My back catalog is so large at this point. I feel like that's a lot of us, though. A lot of times we'll get into these games and then another one will come out and we'll buy that game, but we're still playing this game, and then we move on to that game and then we leave that game behind, if that makes any sense to anybody. But yeah, The Outer Worlds 2 looks really fantastic. I'm definitely going to either rent it or buy it. Again, it depends on what I'm playing. I need to stop buying new games and renting new games from GameFly and just focus on one game and finish it. But that definitely looks really, really interesting. And that's really all the stuff that interests me from the Game Awards so far. I mean, there were other games there too, but those were really the main ones I wanted to talk about. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below, especially when it comes to the stuff about the Naughty Dog game and The Witcher 4. I'm sure anybody who talks about that is going to be completely civil, right? Pretty late on this topic too, but again, I'm more interested in the Nintendo Switch stuff that's happening right now, so I wanted to get that stuff out first, and now I'm getting to this. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like down in the comments. I don't know why I said down in the comments section. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, dislike if not, and of course subscribe for more gaming news, videos, and all that great stuff. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.